when you're talking about like these major label situations, stuff behind the scenes, toxic situations, do you feel it's difficult for women to navigate the music industry?
Hell yeah, especially when you're more alpha.
They don't want that. They want a submissive.
When you live in your femininity and you're submissive, you lead by way of your body. No offense to no woman, but a lot of them lead with what they know they can use. But when you lead with your brain, it's like your words is never going to manipulate me because I see through it.
And you feel like
it makes for a harder journey.
That's threatening to people too.
For men and their egos as well. Because a lot of niggas is insecure and narcissistic.
Yeah.
So if you're in a business full of narcissists who aren't really, they're children, they're not men. Because a man leads with his word and his actions matching. They don't do that.
Say that one more time, please.
A man leads with his words and actions matching. They don't do that.
All right, I hope you guys are taking notes out there, gentlemen.
So it's like, me personally, when I noticed that off the top, I'm like, you gotta remember, we're from Oakland. Our families is by way of Panthers. I'm not a regular girl you're talking to. So it's like, when I'm getting in the rooms with people and I'm like, that works for her because she doesn't understand the game. I am game. So it's like,
there you go.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah. Were people trying to pressure you to change your sound, your style, your image?
I've never had that problem.
Okay.
Ever. I've never had that. Everybody be like, dude, even Drake, that's the first thing he told me. He said, the game needs you. Don't ever change, do you? He said, it's going to be some things that happen in your career. Mind you, he told me this when he first came over, and this shit all had happened and made sense later. It's like, it's going to be some things that happen. There's going to be people you think your family that's going to be doing shit to you that you ain't going to understand how it happened. You're going to be looking back. Your whole everything gonna change. He's like, you just gotta keep going because I done went through it. Because he was going through, I'm not gonna speak on he was going through his own situation. And that was a time when he was putting out views, when he finally owned a lot of his shit. So he's telling me from his experience, you gonna experience some shit. But I'm not thinking at that time, like, I'm gonna experience some crazy. Everything he said, when I look back, I'm like, damn, that nigga said everything that was right.
Right.
I just gotta keep going. It's like, don't give up, because that moment when you quit, it's just like, shit, the next day could have been your blessing. And all the greats, they go through the same shit. They go through multiple deals. They go through multiple situations where they thought it was that. And then later on, it's some random shit. And it's like, now you MC Hammer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, you just can't give up.
Absolutely. My whole life has been revolving around hip-hop since I was a damn kid. I'm just now finally starting to get a little bit of traction in this thing and really pay my bills off it. So I had a few close calls where I was going to quit. Did you ever feel like quitting too?
Never.
Never? Okay.
I say that shit, but I just be mad. Fuck this shit. I'm not doing this shit no more. Niggas be in their feelings. Fuck everybody. It'd be like, and then I look, and then 3 days later my period comes. Oh.
Oh, that's what it was.
Okay. Just being dramatic, you know. I'll never really be, because I just don't see my life without music.
Yeah.
I am a high school dropout who became successful. So it's like, shit, what the hell you gonna do? Go back to school? Hell no.
Yeah.
Mind you, I was a person who could have graduated and excelled early. I was a 4.0 student, but I'm like, I don't want to do this. My mama was so mad. She's like, who the fuck drops out in the 12th grade?
Yeah, yeah.
I want to be a rapper. Then I did it so backwards, I dropped out and then went to college by way of entrance exams.
Right.
Because you know you got to take an exam. You don't have a diploma.
Yeah.
And she's like, how the fuck you get in college without finishing? She's like, you different.
I wanted to touch on something else you were kind of getting at, like when you talk about like the physical, like submissive woman. Like, nowadays there's way more women rapping, which is awesome, right? But to be honest, there's a lot of women, I feel like, kind of same subject matter, same appearance, same kind of image. Like, no, I'll just use her as an example. No disrespect, like the Ice Spice thing, like.
She sucks. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, there you go. Hey, she said it, not me. Shout out to Ice Spice, though.
I'm from Oakland.
But, you know, basically, like, her ass is, like, in every...
And that don't even exist no more. She got rid of that.
She got rid of her ass.
I don't really like it because she did some unfavorable shit to her best friend and she dark-skinned. And, you know, I'm big on the black woman, black queen thing. So it's like, you lost me, bitch. I didn't like you to begin with because you sucked.
I mean, I wouldn't ride around listening to Ice Spice.
Like, now you really lost me. Now you dissing dark-skinned bitches? Oh, no.
But you know what I'm talking about, though? Like, basically, there's a whole genre of, like, twerking and rapping about eating ass and, like, getting tricked on. Yeah. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
I think what works for other people's careers and what they see they fulfill. You know, if it's not a lot of examples, what do you expect, you know? Who's fulfilling the top seats as women? So what does people do when they see something? They mimic it. You can't get mad at what people are byproducts of the culture you created. You know? I'm a byproduct of what the fuck I saw, which was Missy, a little bit of Lil' Kim, a little bit of Tupac, a little bit of this. You know, I had different varieties. The people underneath us and after that don't have that. They only have Nicki.
I agree.
So it's like everybody's a little different variation of Nicki. And you can't be mad at that because that's how it was organized and orchestrated.
Kamaiyah will be performing at the second annual History of the Bay Day at the Midway in San Francisco on October 19th, along with Souls of Mischief, Mob Figures doing the tribute to the Jacka, myself, and many more special guests we are about to announce, plus sets by some of the Bay Area's best DJs, a live women in hip-hop discussion panel, live podcast, graffiti art gallery, and much more. Tickets are moving fast, but you can still get yours at the link in the description of this episode.
Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay. Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay.